What's up? It is Dave. It is Duncan. Welcome back to Tech Metal Epidemic, a part of our channel where we discuss and review the latest tech from wired headphones, Bluetooth earphones, microphones, and so much more.
Let me stop you right there, Dave. We've only ever done wired headphones, Bluetooth headphones, and never done microphones. You're making up shit.
There's a first for everything, Duncan, because in this review we will be checking out the Rode NT USB professional microphone.
Rolls off the tongue.
So, our first microphone review, Duncan, the Rode NT USB. Little look at it there. We currently use the Shure MV7 microphones, which we both have on this recording. It's our microphone of choice. But it's time to see what else is out there, Duncan. And how do these microphones compare to what we use just now? So we're kicking it off, our first microphone review, and it's going to be the Rode NT USB. And as always, Duncan, we're going to start with the tech spec.
I feel like there should be some massive graphic tech spec. Davey's tech spec. It's probably worth saying, as well, both myself and yourself, not that I want to flex credentials here, come from an audio engineering background. That's what we both studied.
That's true.
And if you have ever recorded live sound at all, the brand Rode is one that you will 100% have come across.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because they are industry standard, basically moreover in drum production than anything else, but they are pretty much, the kind of the go-to mic.
Yeah.
Very familiar with the brand.
For sure. Yeah, been using
never
Rode.
Sorry.
Yeah, been using Rode microphones for many a year for recording music. So this is not our first time.
I'm excited because Rode was never my microphone of choice when it came to doing vocals, which is what I did before. I found Rode mics good, but not as good as Shure, which is ultimately why we ended up where we Shure, the SM, what was it, SM58?
58 was the vocal one, 57 was more kind of guitars and stuff.
Yeah, 58 was the standard. If you were in a band and you practiced in a practice room, you used the 58. You went to play at a venue, you probably used the 58.
Yeah, sure.
It was kind of the one that was standard there, but everywhere else there was Rode mics, pretty much.
And they did a lot of drum stuff. There was a lot of drum mics made by Rode back in the day. So NT USB. So what does it say? It tells us here that it delivers exceptional performance for recording vocals and instruments, obviously, gaming and live streaming, podcasting, voiceovers, and more, offering impeccable audio, elegant looks, and premium features. All in an easy-to-use form factor, the NT USB will have you sounding like a pro in seconds. These microphones can be used with Mac. They can be used with Windows PCs as well as iPhones and iPads. The mic also features Rode's simple plug-and-play solution, meaning no need to download software or drivers. However, you will need Apple's camera connection kit or similar to interface, the microphone with your iPad or iPhone. The tech sheet specifies a cardioid polar pattern capsule, which basically means it's picking up sound from the front of the microphone and not the back. It's also 16-bit. It has a maximum handling level of 110 decibels and a frequency range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. The NT USB connects to your computer through USB, which saves you from buying standard chunky XLR cables. It is fully compatible with recording software on both Windows and Mac computers. Also compatible with Apple, iPad, iPhone, using Rode Rec, GarageBand, or other recording apps that accept an external microphone. The body of the microphone is fitted with a zero latency stereo headphone 3.5mm jack, a headphone volume dial, and a direct mix control between the mic input and your headphones. The Rode NT USB also comes with a free 2-year extended warranty, and currently the Rode NT-USB will set you back around £110 for this microphone.
Not a lot.
Not really, no.
Not really, considering I've used other brands other than Shure to record. I used a Blue Yeti for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Back when I was like initially starting podcasting, because everyone had a blue something. It was a blue snowball or the snowflake, I can't remember, and the Yeti. And the Yeti was more expensive than that.
Yeah.
And it was really only designed for vocals. So
yeah,
you
pretty much.
don't use it for anything else. So.
Okay, so first things first, what's in the box, Duncan?
What's in the box?
This is the box that comes with the microphone. So in the box, we've got, obviously, the microphone being the main thing. Also includes a Rode pop filter to minimize those plosive sounds. You also get a desktop tripod stand to help keep the microphone steady, free from any kind of handling noise as well. You also get a ring mount, which is this thing here, which will allow you to attach it to your microphone stand. You also get a zip case for protection and a 6-meter USB cable.
6 meters.
Right.
What?
Along with obviously.
How far away are you from that computer?
I know. Obviously, you get the user guide and all that sort of stuff as well, as standard. Okay, so first thing we're going to chat about here with the actual microphone is the design of the microphone and the kind of physical features of the Rode NT-USB. So, what do we think of the look of the microphone and the features? Yeah, I actually quite like it as a
you know what I mean? It looks like it has that kind of ye old timey traditional like radio microphone. Like if you imagine those kind of if you've ever seen things like Frasier or whatever, and they're in the radio station or whatever, that's kind of what a microphone looks like. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it has a really kind of nice finish to it. Fairly, as you say, it's fairly kind of simple kind of design, but it doesn't feel cheap. Like
it's got a weight to it.
It's got weight, and it has got a premium feel. Like they did say that in the kind of press release of it. The grill feels really nice, really kind of premium. The body is very tough. It's kind of aluminium. It feels like it's got has a bit of kind of weight. And the little dials on the side, they don't feel like flimsy. There's a bit of kind of tension when you're turning them as well. So everything about it actually looks really nice. Great to have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I use that a lot with my Shure mic. Really handy. I think the only kind of thing that I would say is a negative for me on the design front is it's missing a gain dial on the microphone. So basically, to adjust the gain on the microphone, you would need to do that on your Windows PC or your Mac, basically. Basically, what we've got here is a headphone volume, and then you've got the mix between the microphone and your computer sounds, basically. So you can have it, heavy on one side if you want just all vocals, or you can have it kind of in the middle if you want a bit of computer sound and your voice. But there is no dial to actually change the volume of the microphone on this, which feels like a little bit of a flaw. I realise there's obviously not a huge amount of space, so maybe they just couldn't fit it in, but that would have been nice. Just to adjust the gain would be quite handy to have that on there. The only other thing, I mean, the accessories that come with it, your pop filter and your desktop tripod thing, they're fine. They're kind of plasticky. I mean, I feel like, it feels okay, but I feel like I could probably break this pretty easily if I sat on it, or like I could probably puncture that. But
right, Ivan Drago.
The tripod also, there's no like real kind of like absorption on the bottom of it. So if you do like bump the table or something like that, it's going
to pick right through it, and it's going to sound loud as fuck. So
but it is literally just a plastic tripod. But those two things aside, the actual microphone itself, I really like. Out with the fact that it doesn't have a gain on it, the actual look of it, really nice, and it feels really nice as well. Feels like a good quality product. We mentioned the weight there a second ago. So the weight of the microphone is 520 grams, which is, it feels like it's got a bit of weight. It's not hugely different to the Shure, to be honest. I think there's about 30 grams in it. This one is actually 30 grams lighter than the Shure, so there's a little bit between the two, not too much. But it feels like there's a decent weight in it. Like if you threw this at someone, that's probably going to make a hole in them. It's got that kind of feel about it. The only kind of downside to that is I did find when I was using the tripod, there's a kind of tipping balance that you've got to kind of find. So like if it's not quite set properly, it would topple over. I did find it was quite easy to tip, so I had to do a bit of kind of moving around to tweak it just to get the balance to kind of sit right, because there is a bit of weight in the microphone. But it's not like too heavy that you're going to be like, oh, if you have to transport it somewhere, it's going to be too heavy. Nothing like that. But it's made with premium stuff though, so it's, it has got that little bit of weight to it. Okay, so that's the kind of looks, the weight, the build, all that sort of stuff. Now it's time to discuss the important part of the microphone, Duncan. That would be the sound. So I have now switched from my day-to-day microphone, the Shure MV7, and I'm now using the Rode NT USB. So just to give you a bit of a contrast in comparison with the mic that I was using previously. Duncan's still using his Shure MV7, so you'll hear the difference between the two. Okay, so let's talk about sound and connectivity with the Rode. I've tried this a couple of different ways. On my first go, I actually sat it on my desk, over to the side a little bit, which was just on the little tripody thing, and that was maybe about maybe 10-12 inches away from me, something like that. About a Duncan's penis size away from me, we'll say.
Roughly. Length away, right? I've got you. Yeah.
Roughly, give or take. And I felt like when I was using it that way, I did have to increase the gain a little bit, just to give the volume a slight boost. But it works. Like you can absolutely use it that way. The only thing I would say about it is if you are using it from more of a distance or off to the side, it can sometimes sound a little bit hollow, maybe, where you're hearing a lot more room noise. You're getting a lot of echo and reverb, natural reverb. It depends on the room that you're in, obviously. So if you don't want that, then I would say you need to bring the mic a bit closer to you. And Rode recommends about 6 inches roughly from your mouth. Hello there. And this, I feel like this setup. Sorry, this has gone way off track.
Instantly went sexual. I don't know why.
Don't know. But I felt like the closer kind of setup definitely worked better. I felt it was a bit cleaner, a bit kind of richer in tone from the mic at that distance. I think it does work best when you've got it kind of closer to you like this. But in terms of the clarity and the quality of the sound, I was pretty impressed. I don't think it maybe has the level of maybe warmth as the MV7, or even maybe the detail, but I think the MV7 has a really nice kind of fullness to it. But like considering this is just over £100, I think the quality you're getting from the Rode mic is actually very good. Like the clarity of it, I think, is great. I think maybe like on the kind of the other side, any kind of negatives to it, I think the MV7 I think does block more background noise, whereas the Rode maybe lets through a little bit more of that. There's not as much kind of compression with the NT USB, so you will hear bits of like keyboard noise and stuff like that. Obviously, it comes with the pop shield, so it does help with any kind of like clipping issues and stops you getting too close to the microphone. But I would say it is a little bit sensitive to background noise, so just bear that in mind if you are using it in a room that's got a lot kind of going on in the background. In terms of the connectivity of it, for me, zero complaints on that front, to be honest.
Easy, yeah.
Like, could it be any easier, really?
Yeah, well, the thing is that the market is being aimed at is, like we mentioned it before, gaming and podcasters. And nowadays, in the olden days, to be a podcaster, you would need to know your shit. You would need to buy a lot of equipment, set it all up a particular way. Modern people that want to kick up a podcast really just want to plug and play.
Yeah.
And it couldn't be any easier using this mic just to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just literally just plugged it in, I checked the settings on my Mac just to see the levels were good, and that was pretty much it. You're good to go after that. What about yourself? What did you think, sound-wise, connectivity-wise?
So it's interesting you mentioned about the essential picking up of the background noise.
Yeah.
I think that does come down. Once again, you've touched on its description. Not only are they saying use it for like voice, but also use it with instruments. And as a result of that, if you are trying to build a mic that would allow you to pick up a guitar while you're singing, along with playing it, it's designed for that, as opposed to being like the Shure microphone is designed almost fully for someone to speak into, and that's so you're kind of trading that off. I find it very, very, the clarity is brilliant. It doesn't have any muddy feel at all. I feel it lacks a little bit of bass overall. You have a naturally deep register, and I can tell through speaking to you just now, your voice doesn't have the same bass range that it would either in real life or using the other mic. But that being said, it's not to the point where you sound like you're like in a tin can or anything like that. It's just taking a little bit of that out. But you still get all those sounds. The connectivity that you mentioned, spot on. I love the zero latency in the headphones. I've used mics before in the past. Yeti was really bad for this, where you plug your headphones in and then you'd get through another bit of software, and as soon as you started talking, there was like a not even half a second delay, but enough where you'd be like, you'd hear yourself just a little bit out, and it's hugely off-putting. And the fact that this one just comes with that as a standard removal of it is great as well. So it's easy to use. It isn't really compromising that much of the sound. If you follow the instructions for distance, you're going to get the best benefit from it. And maybe not as much bass as I personally would like in the overall sound, but not bad at all.
Agreed. Okay, so ratings for the Rode NT USB. Like as we said, for the money, this is like a really nice mic. We mentioned before, Rode are a trusted brand. They've been making microphones for about like 50 odd years now, so this will deliver a very good quality with a really kind of robust build to it as well. Couple of small things going to bring it down in score for me, mainly the lack of the gain dial on the microphone itself. Accessories, they're okay, they fit their purpose, but they're a little bit kind of cheap.
All the money's went in the mic here, really.
Yeah, for sure. But in terms of sound and setup, ease of use, this is like, if you are brand new to podcasting or live streaming, if you have little to no knowledge of like setting up microphones and are worried that it might be too complicated, then this is a great option for you, because it literally does everything for you when you plug it in. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. Like if you are looking to get a new microphone for podcasting or gaming, whatever, then yeah, this is definitely one to check out. And at £110 just now, like that's a really good quality mic for not that much money, to be honest. Overall, I'd probably go 4 out of 5 on this one. What about yourself? What are you thinking?
I'm 100% with you. I think the ease of use is a big selling point. The fact you don't have to download other apps and then try and get your head around that. It's so easy to get lost in EQ. You've no idea. And then you're like you're literally spending hours tweaking like millimeters on settings to try and get something which is probably fine. You don't have that issue here. You are literally plug and play, and like you said, the money that is not an expensive mic for the sound that you're getting out of it. So yeah, I'm going to come in a 4 as well.
Nice. So that is a review of the Rode NT USB. I'll put some links below if you want to check it out. It's available on most kind of online stores, Amazon, all that sort of stuff. But I'll put some links below so you can check it out. And yeah, if you have one or thinking about getting one, then feel free to comment below and let us know. Happy to answer any questions you might have on it. That is the review. Thanks for checking it out. We'll be back with another tech review very soon. But until then, take care. Speak to you soon.
Bye, everyone.